devils in the detail. How's Tony like to say? Technique is to us as Popeye is to spinach, something like that. Mary got it backwards. Anyway, technique will make you strong. So work that out for me, Jim. So I'm in here, right? When he turns into me, go ahead, turn into me. Turn into me. Yeah. When he turns into me, all right, that'll be big, right? So anyway, we're here. Some of these take a while.
I'm way too short.
Anyway, so he rolls into me. Now, Jim, in your position, you're going like this, right? You drop the chest forward. That's why you're having trouble reaching through. If I stay here, and if you look at my position on his shoulder, where my body is, I don't want to stay up by his head. I'm going to slide back a little bit. That's one thing I'm going to do to help get around easier as I do this. Okay? So if I'm way dead forward, right, I'm going to sit up a little bit. Now you see, he also popped up at this point. But I've maintained the grip down here. Everyone see that? One of you might know. If I let go here, that would be bad. Right? So I maintain this until I switch the hips. You see how that kind of put him back on the side of him? Right? Even though he's mostly on his lats, not too much back exposure, I'm at an angle where if I let go, he instantly can't get his hand out. Before he can put his hand out, I've got his head now. Now this is the point, this is the major point I want to make. I don't just get here and be like, slap him and roll around. And it's not like tag, you're it. This is the point, when you're making a fine recipe, sometimes you have to really tweak the ingredients. Look at an example of that. I'm a horrible cook.
That's fine. You know,
Depending on your altitude, that can change the cooking time of your Betty Crocker cake, right? So, when I get to here, right? Things could be a little different. He could be a little more down, flat, where I don't have to worry so much, or he could be really far over. If he's really far over, I'm not just going to slap this and go from here, because this is really where I've got good control to torque it. And what I'm going to do, this is when I'm going to start doing the spinning, where I'm really going to try and spin him if his back or if his stomach is really exposed to the mat. I'm going to take time, I'm going to spin him around, I'm really going to punish him for trying to get out of that pin at that point. And then once I punish him enough that his back is starting to expose to the mat again, then I switch. So it's not like I just come by and be like, okay, tag, you're on your back again. I'm going to come through here, right? I maintain the position this way to help get the arm right. And then from here, if he really bellies out, if he's really struggling, then I'm really going to crank that neck. And what that does, if you look, when I get to here, that makes this leverage more efficient to roll him over. Right? His body mechanics aren't going to allow him to limp arm out of that if I really stuff his head through. Right? Even if he relaxes with this arm, right, I'm still pushing him through. Yeah, I felt that. My gosh. All right, so, questions. Get there, feel his angle now once you get that point. Don't be like, I gotta rush through this to look good, right? He's doing it right. Take your time, get to that point. Once you've got him there, you have a moment to say, what do I want to do from here, right? Maybe you want to rip his arm off. So take your time, look at the field, and then go. You don't have to just close your eyes and rush into something blindly. This is where you're going to start feeling the technique. As you practice this, you're gonna know when you gotta crush a guy. You're gonna know when you can just kind of like, bypass some steps. But right now, do everything right. Learn to feel it. Make it part of your repertoire, and then you can start ad-libbing. All right? Go ahead.